Is anybody here? Oh,
I'm here.
one of my questions. Let's see here. Wow, okay. Yeah, I just opened up my question box here, and I do see the peeps. Dwayne, Karen, Jeff, Greg, Patrick, Philip, Dominic, Brian, Sherman, Tim, Jamie, Keith, Nick, Darren, Mark, Julie, Bill, Robert, Catherine, Bruce, Thomas, Simba, Henry, Boston Bill, Cedric, Paul, Bob, Rayon, Sherman. Hey, Jamaica in the house. Hey, I need you to holler at me, please, on Skype or on Facebook or something.
Who?
Lanre, L-A-N-R-E. How do you pronounce that? A resident Jamaican. Okay, cool. Boston Bill, yo, what's up? Paul, hiya. Bob, Sherman. Won't be able to stay long. Well, you know what, guys? We're not going to be on for 2 hours today. We do need to get to something in the next hour. So we are going to get started right now. And the ticker's still ticking up here pretty fast here. People are joining right now. Question number one, the number one question that I really want to make sure that I see it all the time, and it's super, super important, and the answer is yes, there will be a recording. And part two of that question is it's in your members area, right here where you can see Herc is showing us right where it is. And this is what we're going to do at the beginning of every webinar because it seems to come up like daily in the group. So this is where these training webinars are always going to be. And as long as GoToWebinar does not break and destroy the recording, it will be there within 24 hours after we are done. All right. Hey, and there's Sherman. Good to see you here, Sherman. I see your testimonial out there the other day in the group. That's really cool. The guy plowing through the fence. That was awesome. I know everybody else enjoyed it as well. Keep those testimonials coming up, and pretty soon, Sherman, we're going to get you on here. I don't think we're going to have time to do it today, but let's chat. You know where to find me. We want to pick your brain on how you're doing out there. All right. Let me just check a few more questions here to see if I need to answer anything before we get started. The ticker is ticking up, 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 up. I don't want to start until it slows down, but we will be starting real soon. We are going to try and shut this webinar down within about an hour. So get your questions in, and we will start going over them. We're going to maybe go over. I think Jason has some new updates coming. For SERPtech. We're going to talk about that for a couple of minutes as well. But I believe that is going to be it today. There's Sherman's testimonial from last week. Very cool. Awesome to get your daughter going too. That's really cool. Get them started young. Right on, right on. Yeah, Sherman. Once again. All right. Well, we'll talk to me next week, Sherman, and see what we can do about that. All right. So let's just go ahead and get this show on the road. It is 7 minutes past the hour, and I will start it off with Herc. Herc, can you hear me? Sound check. I meant.
Yeah, I can hear.
Can everybody hear Herc?
How's my new office sound? Everybody can you hear me as well as when I was in Phoenix? Good. It's very echoey in here.
It doesn't. I can tell a little bit that it's there, but it really doesn't come through on your mic as echoey. It really sounds really good.
You kind of have a God voice there, Herc.
A God voice?
Yeah.
I command you to build sites now. Yeah, I'm back in Canada, guys, and it's been a nightmare for me to get a house. It was 2 weeks of house hunting, and then we finally found one, and then they wouldn't let us move in for another 2 weeks, but we had to take the house because we were out of time, and just shit was all over the place. So I'm finally in. I'm finally moved in. I'm back, and I'm to it. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta. Canada. Back to my hometown. Actually, it's a town called Beaumont. I'll show you on the map here. So here's where it was down here in Arizona, and we drove all up through Utah, Montana, Idaho, and right here, Edmonton, Alberta. And then this little town right down here, Beaumont, is where I am.
Cool. All right. Join the Canadian summer.
Yeah, so I'm going to start building a bunch of SERPtech sites in Edmonton. A lot more. Got photo ones. Got Pride Insulator for my buddy.
Yeah.
All right, so hey, I think where we should probably start is with Jason, because he is working on some pretty rad updates for SERPtech. And then, so I guess, Jason, we'll have you chit-chat about that. And then I don't really have anything I want to cover, guys, because like I said, I've been kind of out of it. So we could just go to a general Q&A probably after that. That's cool. Does that work for everybody on the Webby? You guys will do Jason's updates, and then we'll just do a general Q&A. Yeah, okay. All right, Jason, if you're still there, I'll let you take it away, and you can chat a bit about what's coming up.
Yeah, let's get a little sound check from Jason, and then you can just tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, we can hear you pretty good.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so for anybody that knows me in a development sense, you know that we're always pushing boundaries. There isn't a week that goes by without us actually working on SERPtech. So one of the biggest things that we're doing at the moment is we're actually building an article database. Now, this database comprises of thousands upon thousands of niches. At the moment, we're pushing around 1 million articles, and obviously it will be available to you guys directly through the SERPtech plugin. So for those that are having issues in terms of pulling content, you know, this is going to be the sort of one of the big sort of stepping points for you right now. So how does that sound? How does that sound? Brilliant. Okay. 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 Nice. 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 Okay. Yes, it is an article database. Yeah. Yeah, it's been an absolute nightmare in order to get the articles and also categorize them correctly in order to pull them back correctly. But, you know, beta testers, we should be testing tomorrow, which means that I'm hoping that we can push something out to the main members over the weekend. Yeah.
Another thing to note too, I just want to jump in here, guys, once again. One of the builds I just did, Cozy Bros. Let me just log in here and show you something. As Jason works to continually improve the content aspect of the plugin, it is important to note, guys, that you can, if your article puller isn't pulling for whatever reason, doesn't matter the reason, you can still get your own content in with the import feature. Okay, and just so you guys know what that looks like, right here. Okay, here's the CSV formatting. It's literally an entire article per line. Okay. So if you guys want to import your own content, just add, you can see the whole article per line. That's the CSV format. The other place, then you would import that CSV here. And if you want some help, there's a little help tab here on the left, and that has all the formatting for all the different CSV stuff that you want to pull in. So there you go. Here's an example, articles.csv formatting. You can pull in your own as well. So while Jason's working on that, if you guys are having any issues, feel free to use your own articles. That's my little take there.
And don't forget, guys, you can actually import articles via text files as well. So you put the article in a text file, you put 3 hashtags, and that will actually separate the articles. Now, the other thing, we've actually got another way of pulling content, and obviously that will come in the next update. It's pretty stealthy, to be honest. And just to kind of give you a bit of flavor about how it's going to work. So basically, imagine this. Imagine you could enter a keyword. It would pull the relevant links to that keyword, and then you could actually go in and take out snippets of content you want to build your own articles. That way, they become really super targeted. Now, again, to be honest, a lot of the code's already been done, but we just want to get this article database done and obviously push out the next update with the sort of content. We call it the content sniper, but yeah, it's just another way for you to capture content and obviously make it really laser targeted. So yeah, the free hashtags is the separator in a text file, not a CSV. In a CSV, it's just line by line. See that? Let me just scroll down 1 second, guys. So that's the big one for me, really, the article database and the content sniper, which will be in the secondary update. So betas, look out for that. Hopefully tomorrow late afternoon, with the view of you guys testing it over the weekend, so we can roll it out to the guys first thing on Monday. Okay.
All right, I'll hop in with another tip for you guys for anybody that has a site that they build that works. Okay, you got good rankings, you're very, very happy with it. I want to talk about building horizontally, meaning you've found keywords that work, you know, you've pulled content that works, everything's working. Okay, everything's working for you on the site. It's indexing fast. Okay, it's awesome. Now, especially now if you're renting it as well, if you've had success in renting out that site or selling leads or whatever, you need to start thinking horizontally in those sites. And what you can do, it's almost like a quick duplication, guys. Export your articles. Okay, go to your articles tab. Buy a new domain first of all. Okay, when you have something that works, go buy a new domain. Choose a new city or a new location. Okay, and set that up. Install SERPtech on it. Export your articles. Export your headers. Okay. Export your keywords. Okay, and then what you want to do with your SERPtech site. Okay, well, the way I'm always doing things, I use my own geolocations file. Just build a new locations file. That's all you have to do. Choose a new city, choose a no domain, export everything, import it into the new domain. Use the same image keywords. Use the same, like, your tag keywords, your image keywords, and your main keywords. And then just all you really have to change is your location. Just like, for instance, Calgary, you know, I did this Cozy Bro site as installation in Calgary, and this one was huge, guys. We're tracking 1,200 keywords, and over 400 of them were on the first page within 10 minutes. This was on a sales webinar that we did. I got 400 page ones. So we did it again in Edmonton. Literally, all I did was change this database to the Edmonton database, but I copied absolutely everything else over. Boom, same result, but like literally 1/10 of the time, right? So if you have something that's working, think horizontally, meaning, okay, if it worked in one city, it's going to work in another city. So the only thing you're changing is that locations database, and then just keep going, thinking horizontally, and do that every time you find something that works. Vertically, to me, means you're trying new niches, new industries. Horizontally means you found an industry and a niche and a set of keywords that works, and now you're just taking that same idea and applying it to new city, to new city, to new city. Images, I don't think you can you export the images? I've never actually done that because the image pull is so fast that I always just did.
Yeah, the pull really fast. There's no real need for that, really, to be honest.
Yeah, just redo the images. Just import the things that take time. The images is literally 2 seconds. That's why I've never bothered with it. And I see there's no export for it anyways. But this step literally is like 5 seconds.
I think sometimes I get overzealous, actually. So if I know if I've got a killer site, I will do another. I'll definitely do 2 sites for the same niche, same geo. So myself and Herc build slightly differently, but you know, I'll do 2 to 3 sites, and then I'll just move on to another geographical location. And I think you've seen that in some of the previous webinars where I pushed out a site, then I've pushed out another one, and then I'm just completely dominating the first, second, and sometimes even the third page of Google. What I would say is don't get too crazy with it, because the whole point of SERPtech is to fly under the radar. So don't get too crazy, but yeah, it can be done.
Somebody asked me why I'm repeating. Okay, all you have to remember here, guys, row number 1 is your categories. Okay, this is row number 1, the one that's highlighted in blue. These are all the categories that I'm targeting. Row number 2 and down, so this is categories. These are all posts. This is a post, this is a post, this is a post, this is a post. You can even think of it like this. This is a page, this is a page, this is a page, this is a page, this is a page. All the rest of this is all posts within the category set up by the page. Now, why do I do 2? Because I want to post for the second area. So like I have a category of Calgary, but I also want to post for Calgary. That's why I repeat it twice. Karen, would I please show what I mean about what particular, what do you mean? Can I show you the site? Yeah, I can show you the site. This is the site, so here's the pages. Well, actually, I'll go to the actual site. So here's my categories. Okay, so I'll kind of go back and forth. Here's Calgary. These are categories. Remember, top row is always going to be all your categories. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 categories. Here's our categories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 categories. Okay, so Bragg Creek, okay, is a category. So here's the Bragg, you can see category is Bragg Creek, but if you go to the bottom, okay, it goes to the one post that I have, but it's also Bragg Creek. So you're going to see Bragg Creek as the category, and then keyword, Bragg Creek. So what I've done is I've created a category for Bragg Creek as well as a post. And I've done that for every one of them. And that's just something that I do because Jason told me to do it.
Yeah, we fought over that one, I think.
Did we?
Yeah.
I fight over a lot of things. I'm scrappy by nature.
But it works. It works. Oh, it absolutely works. Absolutely brilliant, though. You know, really does kind of give it the results it deserves. So, I mean, if you follow what Hooks just said, you just can't go wrong.
Can you export the entire build zip file and put it on a new domain? So you're talking about, I've never done that. I've never exported a whole build. I only export the files and just build a new one. And I would suggest that, but what I think you're talking about is this builder export file. You're talking about exporting this build, right? I don't know. I actually, to be honest with you, I don't know. Jason would know more than I would, but I don't see why you would do that when it's so quick to just export articles, export headers, export keywords, go to build the next site, import, import, import. It literally takes, guys, to copy this domain, cozybros.pro, it's in the installation niche, and I'm targeting just a single city and all the suburbs. It works so freaking well that when I moved this to, I started it up in Edmonton with prideinsulators.pro, and then we moved it down to Calgary, and it literally takes me less than like 3 minutes once the site is set up to import and execute the build. So I would just do that. Is it okay to use the same articles for multiple sites? Yes. I wouldn't do it like every single time. I mean, I don't know what the number is in my head that I would stop using the same articles, but I can tell you guys this from the sales webinars we've been having. Once we started that photography site, I literally went from Toronto to Edmonton to Calgary to Denver to Phoenix, and that's 5 sites doing the process that I'm just talking about. All I did was create a new locations file, but I used the same articles, same headers, same keywords, and all of them ranked. All of them ranked really, really well. Annette, why do you want a post and a page for Calgary? Do posts rank better than pages? Like I said, I don't have an actual reason why. I just did it because Jason told me to do it, and it seems to work. So I would just give it a go. Keith saying from another webinar, he heard someone say they break up their big cities into east, west, north, and south. And I could break up Calgary. I don't actually do that. What I do when I'm creating my locations files for a city is I actually just go to Calgary, okay, and I zoom in on Calgary using Google Maps, because they're telling me what the locations are. And so if Calgary is my category, then these are all going to be my posts: Inglewood, Sunridge, Northeast Calgary, Monterey Park, Pine Ridge, Falcon Ridge. He's saying you can like basically put a divider and go northeast, northwest, southeast, west, and southeast. I guess you can. I mean, it's up to you how you want to build, but I just put Calgary as the category, and then all these suburbs become posts. And then you'll notice in that in this suburbs file that I did have 8 categories. Okay, so why did I have these extra few categories? Because Balzac isn't part of Calgary. Airdrie isn't part of Calgary. There's cities that are very, very close to Calgary. Bragg Creek, Pritis, Chestermere. There are cities that are so close to Calgary that like a lot of people commute from Airdrie to Calgary for work, or Cochrane. So they're just so close. They make it much more a relevant site, a more relevant site. Google likes it apparently. So you're building more relevancy, more geographical relevancy, more content, of course, on your site is a good thing. So, but if you want to, Keith, if you want to break it up northeast, southwest, I guess you could. There's no reason you can't do that. Why 1 post per city, Eric? Because that's the way the software was designed. And Karen, how do I get those categories? That is kind of what I just explained, actually. Yeah, it's the towns that surround Calgary. That's exactly right. When we're adding to a build, say we're adding more cities, the categories on the home page change. I've been editing the home page. You can't take the same category if you're adding. So like, for instance, something you can't do, guys, is if this was your initial spreadsheet and you went in and you added the same category, that's probably what's happening to you, Philip. I believe. I'd have to see your site to understand what's going on. You can add new categories, but I believe that appending new posts to a category is not the best practice. It'll kind of mess shit up. Is that right, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just about planning your sites. You know, to be honest, I really don't go back to revisit a site. I know from the get-go that, you know, if I'm doing the 3 states, I'm doing the 3 states. I don't go in and add a little bit here, a little bit there. And again, it's about that mentality in terms of just knocking them out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, if I put too much thought into them, I know I'm going to dominate this geographical area, and if I need more, I just build more sites. They're going to cost you less than $1, rather than go back and add and play and tweak. I'll just build another site, to be honest.
If you guys have been watching any of the replays as well for the webinars, the training webinars that we have on Wednesdays, Jason had one and he's mentioned it quite a few times. Do not fall in love with your sites. Don't be constantly tweaking and trying to improve a single site. The way that you guys should be improving your sites is by building the next one, not by trying to improve the first one. Okay, and part of the reason why is like for this one, if I didn't like how things went here, okay, I could either delete it, use the primer and delete it and start over. Okay, but if it was ranking decent, but I wanted to rank for more areas, build a second site, build a second property. It's just more real estate. It's less risk. You're mitigating your risk. You're not putting all your eggs, all your time and your eggs into one basket. Build another site. It's fast, it's quick. You can import your content, your keywords. You can export them from the last build, import them to the new one, and try something new. That's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to get better at building. Jesse, what's the ideal number of articles? There is no ideal. I've been using 15. I'm building smaller. I guess it would depend on the size of your builds, but we're always recommending guys take an area, focus on it, build. When you want to add a new area, build a new site. You don't need much content. Like I've been doing 15, and that's probably plenty. Dagoberto, so you would do it like this. But I'm not sure what your question is. You might have asked it earlier, but it's already gone. Do I have a maximum distance from the center of a city to the surrounding towns? No, I don't. It's up to you. I mean, I could take this all the way up to Edmonton, which is, 200 miles or 300 kilometers away. But Edmonton has its own suburbs. Red Deer is another big city that has its own suburbs. It's up to you, right? If I wanted to target Calgary and Edmonton on a single site, that would be reflected right here. Okay, I'd have an Edmonton here, and then I'd have suburb 1, suburb 2, forgive my spelling, it doesn't matter, okay? And then I'd have Red Deer here, and then same thing, suburb 1, suburb 2, yada, yada, yada. And then this site would be a big site that covered, these 3 cities in Alberta. Or I could just target Calgary and a few of the surrounding towns. But as far as, how many miles out is okay and how many miles not out is okay, that I believe is a question of you're overthinking things. There's no geographical distance that's too much. It's what area are you interested in targeting? Does our actual geographical IP address location matter when building a site in another area? For example, no. Building outside of the USA and building a website in the USA. No, Jesse, that doesn't matter. I build sites in Denver, Colorado, Phoenix, Arizona, Texas. I build all over the place. I was living in Phoenix and I was building up in Canada. Now I'm living up in Canada and I'm building down in Phoenix, and it doesn't matter.
Paul is just sharing that Namecheap is now selling domains for 48 cents.
Probably a limited time offer. Namecheap.com has 48-cent domain sale on. How many sites per hosting account, Tim? I think that's the wrong question to be asking. It's how many hosting per IP. How many sites should you host per IP? And I typically, okay, I don't recommend doing more than 3. Now, because I am limited on time, so far I've built almost all my sites on a single IP, which is ridiculous to do, but it's because I'm not using a lot of these sites to actually go out and sell. I'm using them for sales webinars and demonstrations and shit like that, so I don't really care too much long term, but I haven't had a problem with it yet. Best structure for multiple states. Jana, this is the structure no matter how you're doing things. I'll look at a different one here. But guys, it's all the same. It's all the same. The top row is your categories. Everything underneath is your posts. So it doesn't matter, like here's a 4-state build. Pennsylvania, Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan. Those are the states. Those are the categories. Everything else is all the posts within the categories. So that's the structure, Jana. That's the answer to your question, and it's no different than a suburb. If I didn't want to target the surrounding cities out of Calgary and I just wanted to focus on Calgary, it would look like this. 1 category, all suburbs. 4 categories, all cities. Sorry, I'm just reading questions here, guys. will you do the keyword and add the suburb like Cochrane followed by the city Calgary? Let me see if I can understand this. So you would do it like this: Plumber, Cochrane, Calgary. No, Dagoberto. Okay, you have to understand how categories, okay, which are highlighted in, let's say blue, okay, or green or whatever color. Those are categories. Okay, everything else highlighted in yellow are posts, and how that translates when you're building is always going to be like this. Okay, your domain name .com/category/ okay, and then it depends what you do in your builder, but typically what I'm doing is location keyword, or the reverse of that, keyword location. Okay, where does category come from? Pennsylvania, Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan. Where does location come from? The yellow shit. Because this is your category or your category page. This is your post. That's how WordPress translates things. And if you look at it in the builder, if you want to see how that relates to the builder, so category, okay, the URL structure is category name, right? So if I take this copy, let me just build this for you here real quick, guys. Okay, so this part of the URL comes from the category template, where I'm saying I want the URL to be the category name, which the category name is something in the green. And then when I go to my post template, my URL is keyword and post name shortcodes. See, keyword right here. Make sure there's a space there, because I've seen some people not put a space. And then if you don't put a space, you'll end up with two words together and it won't make sense. So make sure you have the space there. This gets put here. Okay? So this is what my URL actually looks like. This is how it relates. Category name comes from the thing in green, the top row. Post name comes from each of the stuff in yellow, and it builds one post per location. Everything in yellow here gets a post built for it. Everything in green gets a category as well as a page built for it. Keyword comes from my keyword list. Right here I have keywords.csv. These are the keywords I'm targeting. Okay, so here was the keywords. So I can take any one of these keywords. This would translate into, here, let me just do this to give a real, whoops. Okay, so I'd have domain name, and then my category, let's say, would be Pennsylvania. So when it builds, it replaces my shortcode with the word Pennsylvania, and then it replaces my keyword shortcode with one of my keywords, like asbestos lawyers, from my keyword CSV. And of course, it'll hyphenate itself. And then my post name comes from the yellow shit, Philadelphia. So when it finally goes to Google, that's what the URL looks like. Okay. Let me just.
I see a few people asking about affiliate sites again. Obviously, I don't think there's enough time to do it tonight, but maybe we could potentially do it on another session.
Yeah, I'll have to find time, guys, to build an affiliate site. But I mean, remember, guys, you have to to build an affiliate site, you have to conceptualize what's happening here. And the reason that I'm going into so much detail with colors and showing you short codes and shit like that, what I'm trying to get you to understand, I'm trying to get you to conceptualize what the builder is doing, okay, how the builder is actually working all the way from a CSV standpoint to how you guys are setting up the structure of your URLs as well as your posts, okay? So I'm trying to get you to conceptualize the whole thing. And if you guys can master that conceptualization, you don't even need to ask, how do I build an affiliate site? Because you understand so well this process, okay? Categories are in green, posts are in yellow. So what do you do for an affiliate site? So here's an example. If you want to build an affiliate site like a LaunchJack style site, what is that, Muncheye, okay? You just have to remember category, post. So we can go to big launches. So what you would do is be like Mark Ling, okay? So Pennsylvania would turn into Mark Ling. Okay, and then we'll go back here and we're looking at Ali G, my boy Ali G. So you would go back here. Let me close this shit off here. Okay, and Ali G. Okay, and then let me just get rid of all this shit for now. Okay. So there's your categories. These are people that are selling multiple products. Okay, and this is just one way of doing things. It's all about conceptualizing what the CSV is for and how it builds URL structure. So now, Mark Ling, product 1. Mark Ling, product 2. Mark Ling, product 3. Okay, same thing for Ali G. Ali G has multiple products. He's a singularity, but he has multiple products. Okay, now what do we do for keywords? Okay. The most typical shit in affiliate marketing: review, bonus, scam, discount, stuff like that. Now, how does your URL play out when you're doing it like that? Okay. So let's take this example. Okay, domain name / category / location / keyword. Okay, but we're going to turn location into post name. Okay, because that's what we actually use in the builder. And it actually goes like this. We'll actually grab the exact shortcodes from the builder. And let me really hammer this home here. Okay, when we're building category templates, we use category name, right? So there's our URL structure for this domain name. When we're building post template, we use keyword and post name. Okay? So there's our actual URL structure that we've supplied as the template. Now, how does this play out on a database that looks like this? Okay, Mark Ling is the category. So let's grab this whole thing and we'll replace it and show you what it looks like. So category name, Mark Ling. Okay, post name, what's the post name? Product 1. So what's one of his products? I forget. Let's use a real product here. Mark Ling. He has the Filorama. Okay. Let's just. So post name becomes a Filorama, and then keyword is one of your keywords, right? Review, bonus, scam, discount, whatever. Bonus. Now, if you don't like this URL structure, obviously I wouldn't use this URL structure with, I would reverse these. I would do post name, then keyword. Right? And that's actually what the shortcode looks like, post name, then keyword. Which will turn this into the Filorama bonus. So there's your URL structure. You could even call it something like online reviews, okay, if that's what you chose for a domain. Online reviews, Mark Ling, a Filorama, keyword bonus. Does that make sense? Guys, give me a one if that helps you get conceptualize affiliate style. Give me a 2 if you're like, nah. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So it's really, guys, like I said, it's about understanding the relationship between the CSV that you build, the URL structure that you choose on your category, and your post name, and then what keyword. Now, the other example, okay, that we could have done, you know, that's just like for a launch jack scenario or something like that. A singularity could be like forskolin, okay, which is a weight loss product. And then this one could be like green coffee bean, okay? And then your keywords would be like, here, let me get rid of this. I almost should build a database. So, like, I actually, when I was building an affiliate style site, I actually built a database and like color coded everything so that as I was typing shit in here, it was creating my URL structure for me based on like the setup. But like the singularity, guys, the singularity, like in a Mark Ling case, remember, Mark Ling is a single guy, not a single guy, but he's a single entity, okay, that has multiple things for sale, and then you just have to choose the keywords. So like forskolin is a single entity, right? But there's forskolin powders, there's forskolin capsules, you know, there's forskolin lollipops, okay, whatever, right? So remember, just always think URL structure, domain name / forskolin / post name, okay, and then you need to add a keyword, so post name keyword. So this could be like forskolin powder review, forskolin capsules review, forskolin lollipops scam, shit like that, okay? And that's kind of how you have to think. And that's in a different that's in a different scenario, not like a launch jack, but an actual product. Always think singularity as the category, the options, and then the keywords. Forskolin powder review. Awesome. Good. And build affiliate sites. Yeah, totally build affiliate sites. Sean, okay, he says, question, can the keywords that you're using for images, can you use them again for the tag keyword? Yes, but why would you want to do that when you can actually just spend an extra 2 minutes and get another unique keyword? But yes, you can. I just don't know why you'd want to. If you have a reason that you want to do that, go ahead. I don't see why you'd want to repeat a keyword. Thanks, John. Affiliate site should be self-explanatory after this demonstration. Well, I'll definitely, maybe I'll cut this affiliate part of the training out and put it in, upload it. Thanks, Jana. I can't increase font sizes on Notepad, sorry. I'll try to use, I'll try to remember to use WordPad or whatever you call that thing, Microsoft Office Word. CETA built a site in Florida with 191 cities, and now it's indexing 5,600. Do you think that's too big? Nope. I think that's awesome. I think that's beautiful. 191 cities in Florida is totally fine. 5,600 URLs. The reason you have so many URLs is a result of the tags that you built, and it's a multiplying the post times the tags. And I think that's awesome. I think you did a good job. Yeah, David, bulk renters means if you want to add more than one renter, you need to have more than one asset in local supremacy. He said, how do you add bulk renters in local supremacy? And that just means, remember, an asset is something that you're selling to someone. So if you have 2 assets, you could have 2 people to rent. If you have 3 assets, now you have 3 people to rent, etc., etc., etc. Lonry, does it really make a huge difference if I use tags or tags modifier in the tags or made a description? It's there to give you options. Okay, the tag modifier. I think the default in the tag modifier, the default is in, right, Jason? Like if you just use tags, it'll use in as the default modifier, correct? Well, you might have stepped out. Oh, I think Jason did step out. But yeah, you can change this to anything you want. You can change it to 4. You can change it to over, under, anywhere the cat can go. Prepositions, really. It's flexible. So the modifier is the word that's going to appear in between the post and the keyword for tags. Yeah, Derek, you can use that same structure for MLM products too. Like the affiliate structures I just showed you can use almost for anything. Philip, I hope you can do an OTS for something that has a national appeal, but the keywords are tough like payday loans. You're not going to rank for payday loans Miami, okay, using SERPtech. You're just not. I mean, the idea here isn't to build a big site that ranks for all the hardest keywords in the world. That's not the idea. It's to rank for a bunch of the longer tail, lower competition stuff, to rank a ton of keywords really, really fast. Then you can start building backlinks, okay, and doing SEO. Then you start doing SEO to increase your rankings for harder keywords, but you're not going to rank out of the gate. And I'm not even sure you're assuming that you're going to rank out of the gate, but stuff like payday loans is just so hard to rank for. I mean, so damn hard. Where do the tags in the tag spreadsheet come into play? Tags are your tag list. Okay? So remember, it's kind of like your tags, the way they're going to append are going to be like powder and then whatever your tag is. Or capsules and then whatever your tag is. Like, so it's easier to explain in a local scenario. Just discard all those changes. So here's our keywords file. Sorry, not keywords. I want to open tags. Okay. Tags append to your locations with whatever modifier you use. So actually the easiest way to show it is on Cozy Bros. If we go to the site and we look at any of the posts, okay, recent posts, and then these are the tags. I can click on them. So you can see Attic Radiant Barrier in Bragg Creek. So the way it's doing is taking a tag keyword, okay, and then adding the modifier in, and then the location. So this is obviously the Bragg Creek post. So it's saying attic insulation in Bragg Creek. Attic insulation, well, that's not, shouldn't be the post. Attic insulation removal in Bragg Creek. Attic radiant barrier in Bragg Creek. So the modifier I left as the default, so it shows up as in. You can change that to anything you want. But that's how tags work. It appends your location from your geo file, then your modifier, and then your tag keyword. Sorry, your location. So keyword, modifier, location. Keyword, modifier, location. That's how tags work. Well, it would be tag keyword though. Tag, modifier, location. After you target a city, it's finished already ranking. Now you want to do another city with the same site. How do you continue without not deleting the previous work? Build a new site. Build a new site. If you have a site that's already ranking and you want to continue with another one, build another site. How do you recruit local real estate agents? Get on the phone. You got to learn how to sell. We might have Darren come back, and he's great at that shit as far as sales.
A few more minutes, guys. Get your questions in. If there's anybody on the call who does not have SERPtech and just here lurking and learning and would like to get it, give me a hashtag. I want it in the chat, and I will get you a link.
Let me grab this. I'll do one site analysis here with our last. He said, please, Bill says, please look at my site. Something ain't right. Okay, let me focus on you here, Bill. Okay, so what you're saying is something isn't right, but I don't know exactly what your feeling is that's not right. So let's see what's going on here. Oh boy, that's not right. This is in your build. You have everything hooked up to a single URL. Driving schools in. This is definitely not right, Bill. I think. Sorry, Bill. I think you need to go over the OTS training in your members area and rewatch that and follow it extremely closely, okay? Because you're doing something that is definitely not shown in the OTS video to end up with all these keywords in there. I have no idea what you did there. I'd have to log in to see. Let's see if you have a sitemap. Driving lessons for learners, New Jersey. Let me see what your URL structure looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I think what's going on is it might be an issue with your locations file. I'm not sure how you set it up. I don't see a lot of locations here. You don't have the categories, so I can't see that, but I can see from your posts that everything, you only have 3 recent posts. WordPress default is usually 5, so you only have 3 posts. I think, Bill, you need to rewatch the OTS video and just go side by side with it, like as you're watching it, take the steps that I take in the video and apply those to your site. This particular site I would rebuild, Bill. I would just tear it right down and rebuild it, and it's not going to hurt anything. But definitely have the OTS video playing beside you as you're doing it. Is there a Google penalty for a 301 redirect? No. Dagoberto, there's lots of, go to the group. If you want to connect with people in the group, go to SERPtech group and ask in there to if there's other Miami people that want to connect and meet up or whatever. Use the group for sure. Jeff, we do have a special discount rating for Pro Rank Tracker, but it's through Project Supremacy V3. We give you keyword rank tracking for cheaper than they do, but it's through part of Project Supremacy V3. Owen wants SERPtech. Can you, Todd? Yeah, Todd's already doing that. Todd will get you. He'll help you
out. Best hosting for SERPtech sites?
Supremacy.hosting.
Yes.
Why is it called Supremacy.hosting? Because it's Todd. So if you guys want to host with the people that are building, well, Jason built the product, but we're on the same team here, so we're able to answer support a lot better, more efficient this way. When something goes wrong for one person, we fix it once, and it's fixed for everybody, versus one guy's on HostGator, one guy's on A2, another guy's on Name, and another guy's over here and there, over there, and then it's nonstop hosting support.
Yeah, a lot of people get hung up early on, and just there's a certain hosting-related issues that that don't work, and the main reason for that is because a lot of you guys go out there and want the you know, $10 for life, unlimited everything, and you're never going to have to pay for hosting again in your life. But really, that's kind of, I don't want to call it a scam, but really they're not going to allow you to do much commercially. They want you to give them $10 a month for the rest of your life to host a blog that never gets a single bit of traffic. That's how they make a lot of money. And then if you do start getting traffic, then it's, oh, you have to upgrade and you need a different package, and that's how they upsell you and make their money. Whereas we come out of the gate, It costs a little bit more, like a couple of bucks more, but we're set up to work already, and you won't have any problems on the server side of things. It's just really important to come out of the gate working and not come out of the gate having all kinds of hosting problems. Now, that doesn't, I'm not trying to say that every hosting out there is bad and we're the only good ones. Absolutely not. I'm just saying we have been in this business long enough, and it's just a never-ending, recurring problem with people and products that their hosting just isn't set up properly for, you know, business style, commercial grade websites. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, Greg Young, spotcosmetics.net. Okay, number one, you asked, is it indexed? To check an indexation of your site, is this format, site:yourdomain.com. That will check if it is indexed or not. The next thing, obviously, is when we're looking at the indexation, immediately I can see that instead of using the short codes that you're supposed to be using in a build, you went with these %, %, things. Which leads me to believe that you need to watch the OTS video a lot more closely again. The next thing that I saw right away is that your WordPress is installed in the WordPress directory, which means you need to watch the video on, I created a video for how to install your WordPress on Supremacy Hosting. You installed it in a WordPress directory, okay? And you don't want to do that. You want to install it on a root. So there's quite a few things that are going a little awry here, and I hate to say it because I don't want to assume that you didn't, but it looks like you missed or misunderstood the training videos, because those are very, very obvious things that are very, very well covered in those videos. So make sure you're logging into SERPtech, okay, and watch the training videos, the little hat here. And that goes for everybody as well, you guys. These videos, we put a lot of time and effort into recording them, putting them online, organizing them logically. That wasn't for our benefit, it was for your benefit, and you should be definitely watching those. And I think we're gonna end it there, just because we do have a lot more places to go today. We're a very busy day today. No, Obina, tags is for multiple tags. Tag is for a single tag. Jana, is there another one next week? I would rather ask you, how can you find out if there's another one next week? There is. See this right here, guys? SERPtech training, I'm going to read this to you. SERPtech training webinars are held every Wednesday at 4 p.m. EST, and then I'm going to add a little note, unless otherwise notified. If you want to register for all the training webinars, to do so from here. All replays will be added here. These are listed as replays, and these are listed as upcoming. These are your scheduled training webinars. So these are all, unless we'll say, you know, like this one got rescheduled and posted in here, and I posted it in the group as well, but I didn't post the time and shit. But this is the place to come and check, guys, for all training webinars, all things, all dates, times, replays, stuff like that. Always come into your members area and check it out there. It'll always be in there.
Yeah, we're gonna add some. We already scheduled through July. They're just not added on this page, but yeah, we're ongoing, guys. We like doing these as much as we possibly can. We know that it helps you guys, and it also helps us to hear all your questions, because your questions give us, you know, valuable feedback to know, you know, what we need to add, what we need to focus on, and all those kinds of things. So these webinars are just as important to us as they are to you. And you know, we do our very, very best to hit that schedule, but you know, life happens, and some things I think we've rescheduled twice out of 3 months worth. Okay, I think that's a pretty good track record. But yeah, we intend to keep doing these, you know, for the extended future, just because they help us so much, and we know they help you.
Just doing one last quick one here for John. Just making sure I have this right. ServiceDeliver.pro. ServiceDeliver.pro. Well, if I have the URL here right, John, can you Is that, oh, delivery. Okay, I just typed in exactly what you said. Okay, you forgot the Y, so I forgot the Y. No problem. So you have 952 index results. So he said, did it watching the thing, but he has zero terms of ranking. John, how many terms are you tracking? $25 terms. Okay, you're not tracking enough terms. It's okay. Remember that if you want to know how many possible terms you could rank for, you have to multiply your locations by your tags, by your keywords. It literally creates thousands of combinations, right? So you might be tracking for the hardest stuff, and you're not ranking for the hardest stuff, but you're probably ranking for more than you know. And we've seen this a lot with people that think they aren't ranking, and then I come on the webinar and I start doing this. I just start looking through their you know, their whatever, like this, and then I find, oh, wait a minute, you are ranking. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, right there you are, #1, right? Yeah, so you probably are ranking more than you know. You're just not understanding how to properly trank. Trank is going to be my new word for track and rank at the same time. I say like lots of time by saying trank. So you got to trank your keywords better. Yeah, but you are ranking, man, and I'm looking at your build here, and you're good.
Yeah, it does. It looks good.
You're good. Guaranteed you're ranking more than you know. I would definitely watch that replay for how I did that. And we've covered it a lot of times too. Someone eventually, we're gonna probably bribe Natalie to go through all the training videos and upload her awesome notes. I don't think she's on today though, so that it's easier for you guys to find these things. But yeah, just track more keywords. Take your keywords, okay?
She's on. And Natalie was asking actually for timings, yeah.
Oh, there she is. I see her. Hey, Natalie. Yeah, I think we even covered it in the last training webinar. I believe we covered it in this one right here. Oh, and by the way, guys, since Natalie's been so kind to start doing timelines, I'm going to start adding her timelines to the videos so that you can download them. And then you can open the timeline sheet and fast forward to the times in the videos where we're covering things. So like, for instance, here's the download. Oh, you must be logged into Facebook. Mm-hmm. I was logged into Facebook.
What is that?
That's weird.
Look
I
inside.
don't know. I'll have to look at what's going on there.
FBX, is that their file share box?
Must
I
be.
don't know. I'm just guessing. First time I've seen
Yeah, I'll figure it out. But in these training replays, I know you don't want to watch 16 hours to find one thing, but it's covered quite a few times. And if anybody knows where it is, please post it in the group, the keyword. If you see it, put it this way, guys. Here's what we're going to do. Put it this way. If you guys are watching a replay of in a training webinar replay, and you see a topic that you absolutely love and that it helped you out, what I'd like you to do is post a thank you message to us in here with the date of the webinar and the time in the video that it happened, and then I'll start collecting all those and we'll start building better timelines, because I know people are like, man, there's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, going to be 18 hours of video to go through. So I understand the importance of timelines, guys. You have to understand how much extra work it is for us to do a timeline. It's not easy. So big, humongous thank you to Natalie, who's been on the webinars taking notes and uploading timelines. But yeah, go through there for now, John. I believe it was in the last replay. It's only 2 hours long. It's full of good content. You'll probably learn something. But how to track your keywords is in there. Yeah, and Natalie says her notes, all her notes are in the files section of SERPtech, by the way, guys. So here's the SERPtech group. If you're not in the SERPtech group, make sure you join it. And then right here under files, you're going to see Steven, Andy, Natalie, all these people are adding files. These are all helpful files that they're using, that you guys are using, so it's super awesome. Thank you, John. It's a nice place. I got a big, huge TV screen in the basement that was left here for me, a projector, and it's like a 120-inch projection screen TV, and they left it. It's awesome.
All right, guys. I think that's almost a wrap here. We have got to run and take care of some other things. We're going to be busy for the next few hours. But I really appreciate everyone for taking an hour out of your day to come and join us and ask all of your great questions. We really, really do appreciate it. Thank you to Herc for driving us along there. Thank you to Stephen for helping me out in the chat, answering all the questions. And thank you to Jason. He had to split out a few minutes early already, but thanks for all your helpful insight, Jason. And we will catch each and every one of you next Wednesday, same time, same place.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, Sean McMean, I just saw your question here. If you could use our support desk at supremacy.freshdesk.com and submit that question about that there, I will help you out. All right?
Hey, Hey, Todd, before you end the webinar, I want to grab Natalie's. Hey, Natalie, can you just copy and paste what you just wrote into the group, actually? Because it's super helpful. I was trying to do it real quick, but if you can copy and paste what you just wrote into the actual group. Awesome. Thank you, Natalie. You're the best. Okay, bye, guys. That's it.
Bye, everybody.